Okay, so today we talked about the properties. You should have the list of properties in your notes. So the first property, 6 plus 2 plus 7, and 6 plus 2 plus 7. This is going to be our associative property. Associative. 7 times 11 times 8 equals 11 times 8 times 7. That's going to be our commutative property. And this is going to be for multiplication, as well as the first one would be for addition. And then 1 over x plus 3 times x plus 3 is equal to 1. That's going to be the inverse, and it's going to be for multiplication. Okay, so simplify each algebraic expression. So we're going to have to distribute, which is going to give us 20y minus 12. And then we have to distribute this negative sign, which is going to give us negative 6y and negative 3. And then we want to combine our like terms. So the 20y and the minus 6y is going to become 14y, and the negative 12 and negative 3 is going to become negative 15, and that would be simplified. In number 15, we have to distribute the stuff inside the parentheses first. So we're going to have 6x squared minus 12 and then plus 5. And that all now has to be distributed with this minus sign that's out in front. So the minus sign now has to get taken care of. So we have 18x squared plus 4, that was at the beginning of the problem, and now we have to distribute that minus sign right there. So we get negative 6x squared plus 12, and then minus 5. So now we have it all, and we can worry about collecting like terms. So those two are going to become 12x squared. And all of these three are going to be added to give us 11. Okay? In the next one, we're going to have to do what's inside the parentheses first, or the brackets. So that's going to be 4y plus negative 4y, which are actually going to cancel each other out. So all we have left is 1/3 times 3x. 1/3 times 3 is 1. So the answer is just x. Number 7, we're going to solve now. Now we have an equal sign. The equal sign tells us we've got to get an actual solution. So we're going to have to distribute this minus sign, because that's in front of the parentheses. So we're going to have minus 2x and plus 8, which equals 5. Now we want to combine our two like terms, which gives us 3x plus 8 is equal to 5. We're going to subtract 8 from both sides to get the x by itself. So that's going to give us negative 3. And then when we divide by 3, we're going to get negative 1 as our answer. Number 8, we have to distribute 2 times. We're going to distribute the negative 3, and we're going to distribute the negative 2. So x minus 3x minus 3. Okay, so negative 3 times x is negative 3x, and negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. And then negative 2 times x is negative 2x, and negative 2 times 1 is a positive 2. Okay? Now we're looking for our like terms on this side, and we've got several. So all of this can go together. Oops, I missed one. That should be yellow. Okay? So when we add all of those together, it's negative 5 plus 1, which is negative 4x. Negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1 is equal to 3. When I add 1 to both sides, I get negative 4x equals 4, and so x is going to be negative 1. On this last one, we're going to distribute again twice. Okay? When we distribute, this is going to be 1/2 of 4 is 2y, and 1/2 of 8 is 4. When we do 2/3 times 9y, you can simplify by doing 9 divided by 3, which is 3. And then 3 times 2 gives us 6y. Or you can do 2 times 9 is 18 divided by 3 is 6. So So if I use that same philosophy on the negative 12 times 2 is negative 24, divided by 3 is negative 8. And it's equal to 16. So when we combine our like terms, we have those two and these two. And we need to be on, that's all on the left side of the equation. So we have 8y minus 4 equals 16. When I add 4, I get that 8y is equal to 20. And when you divide by 8, you can just reduce, which would actually be, since 4 goes into both of those, it's going to be 5 over 2 as your final answer. 8 divided by 20. I'm sorry, 20 divided by 8. This would be 20 divided by 8, which reduces down to 5 halves. In the last section on here, you're doing literal equations. And literal equations mean that you're solving for a letter. You have no numbers. Doing the same exact thing you would do on a regular equation. So if I'm trying to solve for p, these are all being multiplied, so I'm going to divide by r and divide by t on both sides. That will cancel out the r and the t, leaving just p. And on my left side, I'll have I divided by RT, and that would be the final answer. These are called literal equations because they don't have any numbers. If we solve for m over here, we're going to subtract the b first. So this is going to be y minus b equals mx, because this will be canceled. And if I want m, I'm going to divide by x so that I can cancel that out. So we're going to divide by x over here. And you'll get y minus b divided by x. That can also be written as y over x minus b over x. Both of those are the same. And then for the last one, we've got to subtract the c first if we, whoops, that's a 6. We got to subtract the c if we want to get to the m. So we're going to subtract c here. So we have p minus c equals mc. And then we're going to divide by a c to be able to get the m by itself, which is going to give us p over c minus 1, because that c over c would be 1. And we're done.